Hi, this is Karan Patel.
Hi, this is Ankita Bhargava Patel.
And you're watching us on
Filmibeat.
There's Shahid Kapoor, there's Varun Dhawan, there's Ranbir Kapoor, there's Ranveer Singh, there's Aryan.
Ayushmann.
Yeah. तो इन सारों में से ना गिने चुने के साथ कंपैरिजन हो सकती है क्योंकि सारे के सारे एक्टर नहीं हैं and I'm very open about it. If you think you're strong enough to commit suicide, I think you're stronger than that and you're strong enough to even mend your life as far as how you want it to go.
बोला कि बजट बचाओ ये करो वो करो and you were as an actor on the project.
पैसे ही नहीं दिए.
बजट बचाने तो मुझे लिया वरना लिखती क्यों?
My stature over there was of a producer, so I was technically with him. But every time they would perform, मुझे लगता था यार मुझे भी एक मौका मिले. I wanted to work with him.
तो बचा लो यार तुम.
अरे मैं कैसे बचाऊं यार खां? मैं खुद एक गुर्दे पे जी रहा हूँ.
तो तुम अपना दूसरा दे दो प्लीज.
जो तुझको डरा है उसको तुझसे डरन छू.
Hi guys, welcome to Filmibeat. This is Murtaza इकबाल और आज मैं ऐसे दो एक्टर्स के साथ हूँ जिन्होंने टीवी पे तो धमाल मचाया ही है और अब बिग स्क्रीन पे they're going to overtake it. And I'm here with Karan and Ankita. Hi guys, welcome to Filmibeat.
Thank you Murtaza. Thank you.
First of all, I have to say Darran Chhoo. ये एक टाइटल सुनने के बाद मुझे लगा क्या है इसका मतलब. तो जरा बताइए what do you actually want to say through this title?
नहीं आप ही बताओ आपको क्या लगता है what is the meaning of this title?
See, अभी मैंने ना ट्रेलर देखा और गाना भी देखा तो इस हिसाब से आई कैन से कि वो डर से थोड़ा दूर भागना काइंड ऑफ वांट टू से दैट
Bang on.
एक होता है डर
जी
जो सबको है. हम में से हर किसी को डर है. किसी को नौकरी का, बीवी का, माँ बाप का,
Future.
पढ़ाई का, फ्यूचर का, किसी न किसी किस्म का डर. तो वहां से तो डर समझे. एंड जो छू है दैट इज छू मंत्र कर देना.
जी
इट्स अ वेरी फैंटेसी काइंड ऑफ अ वर्ड है जैसे हम बच्चों को नहीं पूछते कि यार देखना छू मंत्र हो जाएगा.
हाँ.
सो ये वही है कि डर को छू मंत्र कैसे करते हैं. So it's a very funny way of saying that how to overcome your fears.
Right. You know, this is your first film as a producer, if I'm not wrong. You are coming as a lead for the first time. What made you decide, this has to be our first thing when we are coming up now?
So I think Karan was also very clear that when he wants to do films, he doesn't want to get launched like a hero per se.
Yeah.
Because maybe that is short-lived. But as a performer, as an actor. So even with our production house, we wanted to make wholesome content, something that will bring about a positive change in the world and our society. And I think his dreams and our dream just matched together with the help of this particular subject.
And क्या होता है कि when you want to launch yourself as a hero ना, you are in a direct line of fire for comparison.
Right.
There are lots ना in my age bracket if you see there's Shahid Kapoor, there's Varun Dhawan, there's Ranbir Kapoor, there's Ranveer Singh, there's Aryan.
Ayushmann.
Yeah.
You'll get bombarded with comparison. But if you want to launch yourself as an actor ना, तो इन सारों में से ना गिने चुने के साथ कंपैरिजन हो सकती है क्योंकि सारे के सारे एक्टर नहीं हैं. And I'm very open about it.
Yeah.
है ना? Because most of them have their own distinct personality to which they prefer sticking. That's their comfort zone, which is far from an acting and performance based. Like I don't think that anybody would want to launch themselves on a character based film. They'd always want to be like that larger than life filmy hero type where you can dance also, beat up men also and all that. But that can happen gradually also. Because once that impression is there with the audience of yours, then it's difficult for you to convince them to see you in any other way. But if they've seen you as an actor, as a regular guy, then for them to accept you as a grown-up person into another character is very easy.
Right. Correct.
So there's a difference in the two.
But I would also like to know कि how is Ankita as a producer कुछ बोला कि बजट बचाओ ये करो वो करो and you were as an actor on the project.
पैसे ही नहीं दिए.
बजट बचाने तो मुझे लिया वरना लिखती क्यों?
पैसे ही नहीं दिए हमने.
No, but as actor producers we never crossed paths on it because we had so much since her film first film so mine as an actor. We had so much on our plates that we didn't have time to actually discuss or argue over issues which were crossing paths with each other's departments.
But having said that, we also had each other to fall back on.
Yes.
Both of us have been in the industry, but he's a very technical person. Sometimes there are many things that I have to call and ask him that this is the situation, what should I do? Or I just call him and tell him this is what is happening. I don't want to get into it. You handle it. And he's done that for me and vice versa. Right. So I believe it's been easy because both of us had somebody to fall back on.
And I'm very inner when it comes to these smaller perfections.
Yeah.
Technically, like she said, if I think if you're showing a house, then I don't think a house will have a mandir ka ghanta outside. मेरे को बेल चाहिए तो मुझे बेल ही चाहिए. Then I will not let you put a curry and say to knock करो. मेरे को बेल चाहिए. मेरे घर में बेल है मुझे बेल चाहिए. So those are the small things which we had arguments about or probably we came to agree with each other also, but nothing major as such.
Right. You know, of course, आशुतोष सर is known for his credibility. वो बहुत कम फिल्में भी करते हैं और जब वो करते हैं तो लोगों की expectations ज़्यादा होती है. So was it easy to get him on board? And
Yes.
how was it for you to share screen
Yes.
space with him?
It was extremely easy because I'll press upon this again that our story is the hero of this film. The takeaway message, the moral of the story that our audiences will take with them after they see it in the theaters is the star. So when we went to Ashutosh Ji for the first time, along with Bharat, who's the director of our film and the writer, of course, we did a nice narration. And Ashutosh Ji knows my parents. He's worked with both my parents years ago, and they are friends. So he knew that I'm, their daughter, and now I'm producing my first film. So he heard the script, and he just got up and he looked at his manager and said, "I'm doing this film. बेटी अपने पाँव पे खड़ी हो रही है, पहली फिल्म बना रही है, हम ये फिल्म करेंगे." That is all, and I was crying because there was so much of gratitude I was feeling from a person like him. He's so learned and he's so sorted and he's so wholesome that I was just crying, and I folded my hands and I said, "Thank you for this support and the confidence you're showing in me." And so yes, I respect him. Throughout the shoot, he was brilliant. He was one of us. He was family. And throughout the shoot, even till the last bit that we met him for the press conference, he's been very kind and generous.
For you, how was it to work with him, share screen space?
Oh, it's amazing. You don't even feel like you're working with somebody who's that big a veteran from the industry, He believes in giving space, and he's so humble that he takes your suggestions also. There are scenes when I've told him, I said, "मुझे लगता है साहब ये करोगे तो better लगेगा." And he said, "हाँ चलो करके देख लेते, कोई बात नहीं." So that shows how big an actor at heart also you are. That you are ready to take a suggestion from somebody who's relatively new compared to you. वरना आजकल होता है ना कि क्या बोलते हैं बाप को मत सिखा, अपना काम कर चल. ये उनमें से हैं जो मतलब खुल के see what happens is gives the other actor the confidence to do justice to what they think that should be done with the character. उसकी छूट मिलती है. वो he doesn't try to you're not intimidated by him, or he doesn't try to intimidate you also.
But I'm so jealous that Karan got to work with him. Like the actor in me was like ऐसे struggling कि मुझे भी उनके साथ perform करना है, but my stature over there was of a producer, so I was technically with him. But every time they would perform, मुझे लगता था यार मुझे भी एक मौका मिले. I wanted to work with him.
Our chemistry is so beautiful in the film with Ashutosh Ji, and that has come only because of this. Because I being the person I am and he being the person he is, two distinct personalities, two absolutely poles apart personalities coming together. So that's what I think the chemistry sparks.
Right.
Like I would love to believe that every chemistry that is given an example of is because of two absolute opposite and stark poles apart chemistries. Be it gender bias also. See like Shah Rukh and Kajol.
Yeah.
Shah Rukh is a voracious reader. He reads and intellectual. And Kajol is his bubbly character. So that's why maybe that chemistry is that well celebrated. For that matter, even if you see Sanjay Dutt, say Circuit Munna also.
Yeah.
Arshad Varsi is a loud character in life. I know Arshad personally. I know he's a joking guy. He jokes with anybody. And Sanju sir is there, but he's a fun-loving guy with his kind of his circle, not everybody. Yeah. So that's what brings across the chemistry again.
Yeah.
So I hope I think we have the same chemistry. I'm sure the audience will also see it. And to see that, they'll have to come to the theaters on the 13th. Yeah.
Yes. I would also like to put this way that of course you guys are trying to showcase in a humorous way, but of course this movie talks about suicidal thoughts that one goes through.
Yes.
There is a very thin line between handling this situation in a humorous way. How careful you were while you were making this movie?
See,
sorry. Our writers, M. Salim Sahab and Bharat Ratan, we should give them the credit because this script was beautifully written and every scene had its purpose and there was no mockery, there was no preaching. Everything was done in a very quirky way.
Yeah.
And that's how the characters were born, So this credit I will give to our director and our writers, 100%.
Yeah. We've handled suicide. It is about having suicidal thoughts and wanting to give up on life. But in the whole film, if you can try and find me a scene where there's suicide, I will probably hold up a contest for this. But at the same time, you give me one shot where you will not think of a suicide. Also, I'll give you whatever you want.
Very smartly done.
Very smartly you tackled with this entire issue. Where the underline is of a suicidal thought-based script all throughout.
Yeah.
But in no way will you think that it's led to, or it was leading to, or it will lead to, or will it not lead to a suicide, because there's no mention of any of the activities that you see that people generally do during suicide.
Now you imagine the meat in our story. If our poster campaign is this meaty, it has come from an even meatier story.
Right.
So you can imagine what all is there in store.
Got it. You know, of course, as an actor, one has to go through a lot of things. You both have been actors for so long now. Was there anywhere in between where there was, of course, a downfall, a suicidal thought, anything? And if you had, how did you tackle it?
Well, of course, I did. Not suicidal, but really dull and morose thoughts, of course. There was a long phase in my career where every project that I was doing as the lead was tumbling down or getting canned or just not taking off. And I just started wondering if my capabilities are not good enough, if my timing is wrong, if I'm not looking good enough. I didn't know why things were not working. And on one hand, I had married the biggest celebrity of the TV industry, and on the other hand, my work life was not happening. So for me, that period was extremely sad, and I wanted to give up, but I'm a very strong person emotionally, mentally, so I did manage to pull myself out. But when this film came about, I felt so happy that now I can produce something that can be an anthem for everybody who feels dull and low and wants to give up on life. So I tackled it because I'm very strong, but for people who cannot, I feel Darran Chhoo will be an anthem to live by.
What about you, Karan?
Yeah, definitely. Everybody has lows and highs in life. I mean, there can't be one person who's got only highs in life. So yeah, definitely. I was too down and broken and felt like giving up at times. But then and I'm not lying about this. I could have had suicidal thoughts, but it takes a lot of guts to commit suicide.
Yes, that's true.
People think that it's a coward's job. No, it's not a coward's job. It takes a lot of guts. You need to have balls of steel to even think about doing it to yourself.
Actually go through with it.
But the point is, what takes even more bigger balls is to overcome that and live the next bit of life that you have.
Yeah.
Because then what you're doing is you're holding your life by the throat and correcting it. Is that no, you cannot beat me. I'm going to make you run. I'm going to make you the way I want to make you walk. You will not push me off the edge. I will make you walk the way I want to. So I think if you think you're strong enough to commit suicide, I think you're stronger than that, and you're strong enough to even mend your life as far as how you want it to go. So somewhere probably that kind of a thought or that kind of a reassuring thought to yourself probably was what kept me going, or at least kept me hoping that, boy, this can't be the biggest fuck up of all. I can be in a messy state. Yeah.
Karan, I would like to ask you. You have been playing leads when it comes to TV shows. What took you so long to make your debut as a lead in Bollywood? Was there a process anywhere in between where you were not actually you tried to become a lead actor in Bollywood also, but you didn't get that offers? Was there?
Yeah, that's the fact. I mean, that's the only fact that they didn't get the offers to become a lead. So eventually, time is running out. Everybody has time on hand, and it doesn't wait for anybody. So I said, eventually, if nobody else is there, then might as well produce it yourself.
Right. Ankita, you have been away from acting from quite a long time now.
Yes, I have.
Any plans for making a comeback soon?
Yes, of
Subhash
course.
gayi hamari female Subhash gayi. अपनी हर पिक्चर आएंगी.
No,
Did you have a cameo in this?
I am a part of the film, but what I'm doing and in what capacity, for that you'll have to see the film.
Okay.
And only the smart ones will know and guess. But yes, of course, once an actor, always an actor, and I haven't seen anything else but this profession in my life. My parents.
I'm thinking, where were you in the film? I'm still to wonder.
Are you serious, Karan?
Yeah, I'm thinking to wonder now.
You take your time. I'll continue. So my parents, my aunt, my uncle, my cousin, all of them are actors.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Such a tube light. Should I rename this film to Tube Light?
No, don't. It didn't do well.
Then, nahin. Okay, so I haven't seen anything but acting, you know. तो हैं वो कीड़े हैं एक्टिंग के और बहुत बुरी तरह से मन मचलता है तभी that's why I was saying when I saw him perform with Ashutosh ji, in my head I'm like, I want to work with him, that give and take, the camaraderie, and I wanted to be a part of it. But inshallah, hopefully soon. Now that Meher is a little big, she's almost 4 and she goes to school for longer stretches of time and she's very, very independent. Now I have the time and hopefully I find a script for myself or there's something that I can take up. I will be more than happy.
Right, Karan, you have been away from TV fiction from quite a long time. Any plans of coming back, or you're like now concentrating on Bollywood and OTT?
No, see, I'll tell you what, I like to believe the fact that I've made a comfortable mark on television for myself.
Yes.
So the day I decide to go back, I can always walk back to TV and there will be something for me. I will not have to start from,
Scratch,
yeah, from scratch. Having said that, I would love to have that kind of a comfortable position made on the big screen. That's when I will probably happily want to ride on both the boats. Because here right now it's cutthroat. If you walk out, you will be kicked away and there will be somebody else who's taken your place, even if you can turn back.
Yeah.
So the day I think I'm at a comfort zone here that I can manage and walk back anytime and there is something for me, is when we are definitely. And by then I hope that Indian television also becomes sensible enough for me to work in.
Right.